Shall we play a game?
G'day viewers. Pink again. Let's get some proper light on here. Okay, there we go. That's better. How is everybody? Hello, Mark B, Joshua, Dave, Randall, and anybody else that's to be watching. There's a few by looks. We're going to have a look at Semmeringbahn tonight. What should we start off? Actually, we should probably start with Journey, shouldn't we? Let's pop back out and have a... Oops, no, I don't need to the game. Don't be silly. I want to have a look at rail journeys for Semmeringbahn, funnily enough, called Yodel All the Way. Uh-oh. It's a pretty easy one, to be honest, because there's Taming the Bull with just the starting thing in it. Get rid of a bit of paper, it's in the way. And we've got Bull Rush that's got, what, 6 services in it, so there's about 6 hours of gameplay there. Eternal Drek, hello. And in Bullheaded, we have another 6 with 2 scenarios. And in Natural Talent, just the training. And a Talent for the Unusual, we have 6 services, 2 scenarios. This is getting to be a little bit of a pattern, isn't it? Joe Lemonator, hello. And a Talent for this, a Talent for that, which has 7 services and a scenario. 6 services and a scenario. I misread that. So it won't take you very long to get through the journeys, I don't think. Let's go out and have a look and see what's in the route. So, Semmeringbahn scenarios. We have Firewatch, which we will play this evening, I've kind of decided. Temperatures are soaring and a fire warning has been put in place. Sounds like the railway I'm on. We're always setting fire to stuff. Who said that? Blizzard Bus. Drive this rescue service through the mountains to pick up hikers stuck in the cold. And this takes you to the little Easter egg. Milkshake, which will run later. Wild weather, temporary speed restrictions and unwanted visitors are causing mayhem on the lines. Snowed in. Take a doubled up unit up the mountain and help out at the top. I need a hero. Help out pushing a freight formation up the mountains. I think they added that one about the time that Big Boy did its thing. Timetable wise, in the route there is the OBB 1116. The OBB 4024 comes with it. Now the 103 I think is layering in. I don't think it's part of the route, and that's coming from Link Run Strek. The 47 is layering in from Blackpool or NTP. And of course the Vectron, which layers in from the Vectron. Hang on, I'm not saying that right, am I? Vectron. There we go. That's better. Even that was a bit weak, wasn't it? Vectron. Okay. We might get into Vectron later. Who knows? What should we start with? Ooh, what do you think? I think we might start with a 116 running a freight train. What do you reckon? We'll only run part of this. And the one I picked was, for no readily apparent reason, 40540. And we're going to play the first... Well, we could do that one, couldn't we? We'll just do this one. This is the bit in the mountains. This will be more fun. Custom weather and light clouds. Good for showing stuff off. Hello, C. How are you? I'm okay, thank you. Very busy times at work, but now I've got games to play with. I am happy. Alright, let us start off by going and have a look outside. Oh yeah, doors are in the middle. There's the 4024 that we have. And we have 2 OBB 1116 machines. There's a tutorial going live for this in about, well, actually about a minute ago. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit in my ears because it's loud out here. Boy, you saw that? She assaulted me. Bloody NPCs. But anyway, it's pretty, it's shiny, it's clean. Oddly enough, it's dirtier on the inside than the outside, but that's okay. We like a dirty girl, don't we? Alright, let's turn on the annoying CIFA. You can turn on LZB, but there's no point on this route, so we won't. And PZB, you can set your PZB brake mode, should you wish, and you can set the brake mode of the train, should you wish. Parking brake off. I've never found it on, but I've gotten used to pressing it. Turn our signal lights to on. And brake selector, will leave that alone. It probably shouldn't be in R, because this is a great big long freight train, but I don't care. Now, to crouch down, get down on our hands and knees. Actually, we don't want to do this yet, thinking about it. I need to sit in the chair, and I need to put in the reverser, and put the reverser to forward so the train boots up. Right. Now, we can turn on AFB. Down there. And if we go over this side, your wipers and things are down under here, but we don't need those because we selected clear weather with light clouds. There is a window. There are blinds, both sides, naturally. Patriotal 61, hello. We don't need to open the doors, and apparently it's ready to go. Are we ready to go, though? There isn't really anything much we have to do. We can make the screen darker and brighter if we wish, and yes, these do seem to be backwards, but that's okay. And you can go light mode, ooh, dark mode, yay. Can't do that on that screen though. So let's get a move on. We will automatically be in monitoring, so I will put this up to 40 kilometers an hour. We will release the brakes. I am using rail driver. I might want to put on, probably don't need the train lights actually because they're for outside. Do have to turn on the exterior master switch, and we might turn on that. We go through tunnels, we can still see. And let's give it some beans. It will, after a little while, release the brakes and get moving. I finished work about 2 hours ago, Patriotal. And came home, and my wife said, "Did you remember to go to the shops?" And I went, "Well, no, but how about I go now?" So this is Moselschlag. There are some cool things in Moselschlag. Just while that's doing its thing, let's go look. There is a turntable. I haven't actually tried to move the turntable. I'm not sure if you can. Oh, it looks like you can. Uh-oh. Ah! CIFA. God damn it. Well, it's stopping anyway, so how about... Actually, it won't stop because I acknowledged. There's this curly thing. And I'd love to say you can climb up the curly thing, but you can't. But something I will show you while that train's just... Let's just put some power back on. It should keep going. If you come and climb up here, now I'm on the 8 cam so this won't work, but if you come and climb up here and you walk along to about here, you will fall through. You'll end up down here. You can then run along a little bit and go up under here, and guess what? You're out of the playable area. But you can explore. You can't get very far, but you can get all the way into the town at the other end if you try hard enough. So I didn't tell you that. I wasn't here. This isn't the internet. This isn't public. So there. We've gone off monitoring so we can speed it up a little bit. Take it up to 75. Oh, picturesque. That doesn't get better than that, does it? My cat's staring at me. Have some miscellaneous water, which is done quite nicely. It's done in the new style of water, which is good. What's that? You want to look at the train? Okay. Where is it? There it is. Hello, Nigel. I think it looks pretty good. I have found the odd bits and pieces wrong with it. I'll just turn it a bit down again. I must be shouting at you. I have found the odd bits and pieces wrong with it here and there, but there's nothing that you'd write home about. And very playable. The services seems to work. The only weird AI issue I've found is in one of the scenarios there's a driverless train. But apart from that, it seems to run okay. And I do like the mixture of freight that you're seeing. So some of the trains are quite interesting in their makeup. This one's just a manifest, a large intermodal, with naturally lots of pink containers. You could be silly with the pink containers, so they're going 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But no, we won't do that. We must be coming up to the first tunnel by now, surely. Let's get back in the cab. We're on our way to Turnitz. We're going to play 25 minutes of this and then we'll go and do some passenger stuff. You do see a bit of traffic coming the other way. My experience is generally 5 to 7 trains coming in the opposite direction to you. And if you stop, you get a massive build-up quite quickly. You can drive with AFB, and if you want a bit of added challenge, then you can drive down the hill without AFB and just use the electric brakes. And if you screw that up, the air brakes as well. But it's quite usable, I think, downhill. Sounds like the old one, but it has got a new cab, of course. I've done a tutorial for this one. I haven't bothered to do a tutorial for the 4024 because it's exactly the same as the other one. So I will probably just put the word Semmeringbahn in the other tutorial in its title, and everybody will go, hey, look, you did one for Semmeringbahn. And I'll go, yes, I did. Here's one of the things that I found that's just to show you. Like I said, it's not a big deal. So these posts are proud of the wall, and we come up here and this post is behind the wall, and so's this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. I can forgive the trees growing through the wall because that actually does happen. Quite safer. The scenery is pretty good for the most part. There's the odd spot like those where there perhaps could be some, but there isn't. But most of the time it's actually quite good. It's one of the better ones, I think. Going up the very heavy gradient now, up 2.3%. Well, it's heavy for big trains anyway. I haven't had any weird crashes. This is a good thing. Let's go and ask the people what they think. G'day, what do you think of the route? Do you like the OBB 1116? Oh, I'm going to get kicked again. Ah! Right in the head. This is Spittal M. Semmering. Quite safer. Fortunately, you can hear safer outside the train, which is a good thing. I'm not expecting any adverse signals at this end, so I'm kind of ignoring the fact that PZB's on. I haven't found any speed sensing magnets on the route, so if you were speeding, you would just be naughty. You might end up upside down, but you'd just be naughty. I do get the occasional weird little glitch in the sound sometimes. I'm not sure if that's something to do with my new setup or if that's the way the loco is. When other people get it, let me know, because I have got a new sound setup. I ditched my Go XLR because it was starting to do some strange things and you can't get them fixed anymore. The houses all look pretty cool. Oh no! No, 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 no. No, Zwang Bremsung. Stop it. There we go. Get on with it. No, you're actually stopping. Oh, no. Ah. Oh, no, it said purify garble. I can go again. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can start on the massive hill without doing horrible wheel slip. I hope. Come on. Come on. You can do it. We're just going to hide behind a tree if you don't mind. That's embarrassing. Come on. You can do it. More power. Oh, it's trying. Will it slip though? Yeah, it's slipping. Look at that little wheel go. It sounds so cool when it's slipping. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Oh, maybe you can't. Let's find the sweet spot, shall we? Come on, two of these things must be able to do this. Otherwise, don't force me to go get a Vectron. Here we go. You know, if I'd known how cool they sounded when they work really hard, I would have made it work really hard before. Oh well. We should be able to get our speed back up. It'll be fine. It does sound like a musical instrument, and if you search for it on YouTube, you search for Taurus locomotive music, I think it is. And you'll see that the Siemens people are actually capable of making them play tunes. Turn down my pink on air sign because that's what's making me pink. There we go. That should be better. Over here somewhere. Over here. There is the tunnels. Oh, that's the road tunnel actually. We passed the tunnels for the new line. I should just sit here and watch this picturesque house. Quiet, Sifa. When will I learn to not turn Sifa on when I'm streaming? Hopefully we can put a bit more power on now. Hopefully we'll get away with that. So there, excuse me, there are some areas that look a little bland. So that's a pretty big road and hasn't got any road traffic on it. But you do see road traffic in other places. Let me pass the post. I want to talk to the people. Are you counting them? You probably should. And so she goes, "Why isn't my train coming?" Whoops, bridge shot. There are some impressive bridges on the route. Frame rates are okay. There's still a little bit of jitteriness in it as you scroll around. Sifa is a hazard for streamers, yes. But people want to see you use it, so we will. I'm climbing up the tall bit before we go down the other tall bit that's backwards tall. Does that sound right? That'll do. Backwards tall. Clever. Now, one thing you'll notice, could you imagine a American route? I think I'll stay in the cab because that looks like an adverse signal to me. Can you imagine an American route with a setup like this on a 2.1% grade? I need to drop down to 70, don't I? Oops. 65, what we want. There we go. We're down before the yellow bar gets to the bottom, so we're good. Coming into the slower part of the route now for the tunnels. I did turn the headlights on, didn't I? I did I? Yes, I did. Good. We'll be fine. It's all good. Super Paul 5000 says a big problem he has with the route. That's very loud, isn't it? Is there are far too few trees and unsuitable trees in the landscape? Trees are a bit of a performance thing. See the little thing up in the top right hand corner up there? I'll have to point that way even though it's because it's backwards. It says safe to release. It's Austria, don't. You're not allowed to in Austria. You just wait. We have to drop down to 40 soon. So trees are a performance killer, which is why there's not as many as maybe there should be. But if you think they're the wrong kinds of trees, that's cool. I can feed that back. From the signal just in time to get another one. Sitting here poised over the PZB button. Has to hit the CIFA button instead. No, I didn't have to acknowledge that signal. Okay. There was a little bit of a glitch back there too. Just pause just for a moment. It's not that unusual in this game though, but it's not, I don't think, any worse on this route than any of the others. C says the route looks good, but not for him. Some things look samey, but I guess that's how it is. Just your opinion. No problem with your opinion whatsoever. I'm always happy for people to share their opinions. I pressed 8 at just the wrong moment then. I always like watching the carriages appear from the darkness because it's just silly the way it happens. But that's okay. Collectibles on this route. There are route maps, of course, and the red bit is our line from Wiener Neustadt through St. Eigden, Neunkirchen, Turnitz, Potsdam, Glognitz, I hope I got Sifa, Schlogmol. Yep, we just got hit by someone. Look at that. Whacked by a person. I'm not even going to try that one. Payerbach Reichenau, something like that. Kub, Eichberg, Clam Schotwin, bloody people. Rittenstein, Semmering, Wolfsburg Kogel, and we're getting pushed closer and closer to this. Steinhaus am Semmering, Spittel am Semmering, and Merselschlag, where we started. There are also first aid kits, but I don't see one round here anywhere. But there's first aid kits to replace. The Mastery is a OBB carriage that sits up here on the track when you achieve it. I've seen it in Dev, because in Dev I can just turn Mastery on, but I can't do that here. Catch up with their train a little bit. Because, gratuitous but short bridge shot. And we're about to go back into a tunnel too. Hop back in for the tunnel. And the other collectible I think is Fallen Trees. I haven't tried to pick one of those up, but if we see one, we can stop and do it. See us who made this route. It's a DTG route. And Super Paul 5000 says yes, but with two-dimensional rows of trees in the distance, performance would not have been such a problem. Yeah, they've used fairly detailed trees, and they tend to use those detailed trees everywhere. So these aren't your old cross-shaped trees that you see on lots of things that are used in some routes still. And they do use the same trees all the way out there. So they don't draw them with shadows out that far, but they are there. What this big building is. Let's have a look before we get sucked into a tunnel. Signal's green, so it's okay. Quite a large building. I don't know what that is. Should probably find out. Oh, train's gone into the tunnel without us. Hello. How you doing? Glasses man. Hi. Yep, fallen tree. I doubt I can pick it up though, because, you know, I'm not really here. But I think that's the collectible, these things. Ooh, we could stop and go back and have a look, but let's find the AFB. 45. What I might do is, now that we're getting on the downhill bit, is I could turn AFB off and start doing it manually. Actually, I might do that. When I do the passenger train, I'll do the run manually. Dave Randall says backpacks are the last collectible. Okay. I haven't seen any. Patriotal says that's an odd design choice to use detailed trees that far out. It's just what they do. I suppose it's an Unreal thing too, because Unreal's a little bit different to the way Train Sim Classic works. In Train Sim Classic, you do actually have super close, middle, and distant. And you can use different stuff, but in Unreal you're populating a world. So I suppose further from the player you could kind of get them, but people might whinge about that. Super Paul says, I think in my opinion the route in TSC is more recognisable to the real life one. That's fair enough. Time for another gratuitous bridge shot. That bridge was here to be covered in graffiti.
FIFA. FIFA.
Low and high tone one after the other, sure. Do it the other way around.
FIFA. FIFA.
On the keyboard, the low tone horn is N. I believe it is essentially the same locomotive, except that it's got a new cab, so the cab's quite different between the two. This is a modernised version of the cab. Shall we switch over to a passenger train? It always feels like we're going uphill, but we're not. We're going downhill. I can tell because the train's trying to control our speed. We can go faster.
FIFA. FIFA.
As I was saying, an American train on this grade would be going at about 25 kilometres an hour. Whereas this one just goes, whatever. Another gratuitous bridge shot. There's plenty of them on this route. That does look a little bare, that hill. But I don't know what the route looks like in real life. These look cool.
Tiefer. Tiefer.
I think I'm sinking. I'm pretty sure I'm sinking. Here comes the world's longest tunnel.
Tiefer. Tiefer.
There's plenty of glimpses through the trees. I think the towns could maybe be a little more populated further away, but as you get into them they certainly pick up, like this one.
Tiefer. Tiefer.
Some more freight wagons sitting around. You do see a bit of stock sitting around here and there. And you also see the tableaus with the people like we saw back there. There's quite a few of those too. Good to see. The tree could have been growing patriotal. It's certainly possible. Oh, I'm being forced down. I think I left that sea for a little long. Is it actually stopping? It is actually stopping. Oh no, there we go. It's all good. Just took a little while to pick up again. One of these tunnels that has windows. We should stop and go outside. I'm not actually sure if you can go out through the window, but we can try. Might be this one, I think. Yeah, I think it's this one. Brakes on. This is okay to do it. This is safe. Yeah, whatever, Sifa. Keep yelling.
Zwangsbremsung. SIFA Zwangsbremsung. SIFA Zwangsbremsung. SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
She can yell her little heart out.
Zwangsbremsung. SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
Where are they?
SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
No.
SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
I'm sure it's this tunnel.
SIFA Zwangsbremsung. SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
No.
SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
Oh, there we are.
SIFA Zwangsbremsung. SIFA
People.
Zwangsbremsung. SIFA
And you have to rescue them. But not with this
SIFA
train.
Zwangsbremsung.
Look, she's got a bag of golf clubs, doesn't it?
Zwangsbremsung.
It's a DTG bag of golf clubs. Can we collect that?
SIFA
Can we collect his?
Zwangsbremsung.
No.
SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
You know, that
SIFA
plant is an unfortunate place, really.
SIFA
Hmm.
Zwangsbremsung. SIFA
How would you explain that to a doctor?
SIFA Zwangsbremsung. SIFA.
Oh well, let's go and get our train and get out of here.
SIFA
We might actually jump out and go into a passenger train, I think. So let's do something to annoy this one.
SIFA Zwangsbremsung.
So let's go and get into a passenger train. We might start at the other end. And we'll jump, same locomotive, but we'll go at the other end so we can see what it's like going a bit fast. Semmeringbahn, timetable OBB 1116. And we want to start, we want to go to Merseschlag. So this one will do fine, 6 AM. Yeah, it's probably fine in April. Get rid of the dynamic. Go. Don't There are plenty of tunnels and viaducts indeed. It's actually quite a nice route, and even though it's a mountain route, it's quick. So same loco, so I will just let's just get it into forwards and let's go and do some PZB thingies. PZB, I won't turn on C for this time. You know it works. It's just annoying. And park brake, headlights, sit, windows, you can hear it. And train lights for the carriages, headlights normal, outside switch on, reading light on, and where are we? Didn't I just pick, I didn't pick a passenger service. What a donkey. Oh well, that's fine. We'll stick with this one. It'll do. It'll do the job. Should have actually looked. Train spotters were injured. Yes, they fell out of the tunnel. Silly people. Got hit by a train. Poof. Can we go now, game? Oh, not for another 50 seconds. We got time to look around then. Let's look around the yard here. There's a bit of stuff. There's a depot over here. It's got some locomotives in it. A couple of 4024s. Bunch of imaginative 1116s. A couple more. Does this turntable work? I like having all this stuff sitting around. Oh, I have to go in there. I have to be here, I think. Turntable unlocked. No, we can do it when we're not here. Look at that. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Let's just put that back. Oh, let's just go back to our train. That's funny. Oh, that's very funny. Better report that, hadn't I? What time is it in the stream? It is 38 minutes in. Okay, it's time to go. Brakes off. This time I'm not going to turn on AFB, we'll do it ourselves. Give it some beans, take a little while for the brakes to happen. And the brakes are coming off, pumping up happily. Power is coming on. You can see all 4 fire motors are actually doing their thing. There's nothing on the GSMR that's new. This does do things. So there are buttons you can push. Some of them do stuff. Oops, can't get onto that one. See, some buttons do things. But whether it's new or not, I actually couldn't really tell you. I've buggered it now. Ooh, it's yelling at me in German. Always good. Just got to watch our speed a bit. We are still in monitoring. Coming through another big yard. Lots and lots of cars. And they're even different colours, look at that. It's good to have yards full of stuff. I like yards full of stuff. The Loco does support LZB. If you take it onto an LZB route, you can use it. Semmeringbahn does not have LZB though. So rolling along now. Hello, Uberk. Is indeed Semmering. I just accidentally picked the second freight train of the stream instead of picking a passenger train because I'm clever. But we're persisting with it because we want to see the route and we want to see it go fast. Can't go as fast in a freight train though, I don't think. We can get out of the yard, which is good.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
Alright, we are out of monitoring. We're still in a 40 zone though. But we have got a higher speed zone coming, so I'll start speeding up. Being naughty. But we'll be in a higher speed section any second. Coming out onto the main line. So we've come out of the yard up here on the side. Back of our train should be pretty close to the signal point. There we go. I'm not sure if it'll slip going at this speed. We'll find out. Yes, it will. We shall be more reasonable then. If there's anything that people would like to see in particular, please sing out. We can go and have a look. I wonder what this is meant to be. Drainage ditch or something. Giant sand trap on a golf course maybe? Too much of this one, maybe 5 minutes of this, and then we'll go into a 116 on a passenger service for a little while, and then we might jump into some other things. So look at the 4024. Max out the power by the looks of it. We are only allowed to do 100 in the freight train, unfortunately, sadly. If this is a passenger train, we'd be doing 160. That's why I wanted to pick one, but I forgot. Seeing the frame rate's a little lower at this end, so I was getting a consistent 80 at the other end of the route. Up this end I'm doing mid 60s, low to mid 60s. There's the occasional 50. Interesting to see what that means for people on consoles. I'll see if I can get an Xbox key to run it on Xbox on Sunday. On my Xbox S. I keep thinking about upgrading to an X, and then I keep thinking about paying for things for my UK holiday, and I go, no, I'm going on holidays. Newberg says, I remember from the early days of Train Simulator editions when you bought routes in cardboard boxes with discs, a Semmering route that came with a soundtrack. That's kind of cool. Yes, down behind me, which you can't see, I do actually have a cupboard of old train simulators. Some of them work under Windows 11, some of them don't. Microsoft Train Simulator definitely does not. Not in the Microsoft version of it anyway. Shall we jump into a passenger train? Oh, did I just get something? I guess so. And there we go, slalom skier. An achievement. Let's jump into a passenger train so we can do this end of the route a little quicker. Because, you know, 100's not that exciting, is it? So it'll still be a 116 and we'll do the 4024 after that. Not sure if my kid's game is coming through the mic. Hopefully not. He's playing something on his console upstairs. It's a bit loud. I can hear it through my headphones. OBB, this time we will be careful to choose a passenger thing. And we want from Blognitz. I want to do the fast bit of the route though, but not too early. Manifest, intermodal, car train, passenger service, Merschlag to win. That's the other way round. I've done that one anyway. Passenger service to Merschlag. That's what we want. Let's do this one. And custom. I always put light clouds on, by the way, not because I don't like dynamic weather. I leave it on when I play. But I prefer to stream with just light clouds. That way we're not obscuring things. Alright, so we're back in a passenger. Let me get the train set up. And then we can go for a walk and go and have a look at the passenger carriages. In fact, we can hop on PZB and then just go and do that since we're over here now anyway. Oh, I haven't opened the doors. Let me go and open the doors, so it's at least doing that. Right doors, that's what I want. Can we go in the toilet? No, no toilets for us. Second class. You can open this, but I don't think anything in here actually does anything. And, I don't know, maybe. Train lights on. There we go. Train lights off. Coach lights full. Coach lights dim. Don't know if they actually do anything, but, you know. Whatever. It's our second class compartment. Hi. Sorry, I put my bum in your face then. How you doing? Ready for an exciting trip? I'm your driver. Be afraid. Be very afraid. They always have brown eyes, don't they? I think all the coaches are the same. I think they're all second class coaches. I don't think there's anything but seconds. Let's see if that's true or not. 2, more 2. Yeah, look like they're all 2s, so we shall go back up the front because it's time to go. Sooner or later it's going to yell at me for not doing anything and going, do you want to give up this train? I go, sure, why not? Take the train away from me. What a good idea. Does anyone ever say yes? Alright. Headlights, brake off, driver's seat, window, very important. Doors, and I will leave AFB off, brakes off, and we will go, so it's still releasing the brakes. can see the little countdowns happening towards brake release. We should see some power come on shortly. There it goes. And we should see the brakes release down to 0 and we start moving. Yay! Here's the PIS for this route. We're going to Graz, Bahnhof. We are in monitoring, so I have to behave myself. Having found out the hard way, it does work perfectly well. Of course, we don't release in Austria. Some bogey sounds for the person who was on my last stream going, there's no bogey sounds. Yes, there are. You out of monitoring yet? No, not yet. Must be soon though. And we can go full thing. You can actually release in the train, nothing stops you. You're just not meant to. There we go. 100 k's now. to 150, and by the time we get to 150 it'll be time to go to 160, which will be the maximum speed for the route. We appear to be in a bush. We appear to be getting into misty weather too from when we're outside. Did you notice that? It's a little bit misty out here. Oh, on the inside it's not misty at all. That's a bit weird. 146. I haven't tried to find out how fast they actually go. Find the sweet spot now. A bit more. With PZB turned on, you want to sit 4 or 5 k's under the limit. It's a bit quicker at this speed, isn't it? The 1116s tend to only stop at either end of the route. They don't tend to stop anywhere else. If you want to drop a stopper, you tend to have to run the 4024. I personally would like a local herd service that stops. But I think there are a couple. There is the 47 class rail tour. There's a BR103 rail tour as well if you have those locomotives available to you. I think the 47 might be in the route, but don't quote me on that. I think they said that on the stream. beat it to the platform to get up next to some people. Get into the people. Here we go. That was noisy while it was here. Sitting on 159, cutting it a little bit fine, but it'll do. I'll run this up into the hills a little way, and then we might swap to a 4024, if that's all right with you guys. We might run a scenario, actually. There's a scenario called Firewatch, and the description sort of intrigues me. There's another one. Neutral zone. I think that might have been the end of the neutral, actually. I haven't managed to blow its circuit breaker, but if you do, it's that one there. Eternal Drek. They said if you time it right, you will see the 47, but it has a limited schedule of what months it's active, and believe only has one service. Yeah, it does only have one service. Hello, Brad. Oh dear. Yodel lay high ho, says Brad. The 103's only got one service as well. 103 layers in from Link Runs Tracker. And interestingly, I didn't actually know that the Vectron layers into this route because they didn't have it on the stream, but it does. There's quite a few Vectron services. Being slightly naughty again. We could find out how fast it goes, I suppose. I'm sure it's quicker than what it's doing. What are they rated to? 230. Shall we? I think so. It's really this nice straight bit of the route, so, you know, why wouldn't we fang it a little bit? Actually, PZB might belt me, mightn't it? Yep. Bloody PZB. See what happens when you turn on safety systems? They make you drive safely. Isn't that tedious? I shall have to copy and translate your question. There's some none. Ah, thank you, he says. Well, don't thank me, thank DTG, because that's where this has come from. I do actually quite like it. Another pair of double OBB 1116s. We are sort of in a town through here. I don't know this area at all, so I have no idea if any of these buildings are realistic. Is that signal still green? That signal is still green. Aren't they supposed to change when you go through them? What is that? A AL12, and it's no run. No. PZB's going to hit me again. Let's get our speed back to 150 before PZB decides it's going to have its way with me again. There we go. A little bit of power. Take this one into the mountains so we can see a bit of the mountain bits, because that would be cool. And I'll keep driving it manually in the mountain bits too, as we're already starting to go up a little. Which means I'll have to actually pay a little bit of attention to it. Nice seeing the clouds up on the mountain. That's something that's fairly recent, having clouds on mountains. I think they put it in for the other Austria route. "24 k's to Mergelschlag, and at this speed you'd think, well, we'll be there in mere moments." But no. Because we're coming into the slower section of the line. Start getting into the corners. Some sort of farm over there on our left. And we have to start slowing down, so we'll use the electric brakes. That should get us down fast enough. Or not. I thought that would slow down enough, but no, I was wrong. I should have used the air brakes. That's okay. What kind of stream is it if PZB doesn't whack you at least once? Alright, brakes on.
Türfreigabe. 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 Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
And we will, I think, be allowed to go. After it does its thing and it counts the brakes down and releases the air. Looks like it's happening. There we go. I actually thought I could slow down quickly enough with the electric brake, and I was incorrect. Now, of course, we're back in monitoring. Brad says I have a policy of buying this. I have a policy of buying routes I've ridden on. I rode this route in 2016, so I suppose I'll be purchasing it. It's fair enough. That's alright, see, you can just sit there and watch if you like. And Nigel says, thank you for the stream, a late one, just after 9 PM. Yes, that is correct. Keep the power down, because I am in monitoring again, having been naughty. Who's a naughty boy, then? It's not the Messiah, it's just a very naughty boy. So I suppose in the converse of that, Brad, is that I'll have to go to the UK and ride all of the routes that are in the game. Oh wait, I am. All of them, except one. I think there's only one I miss out on. And I don't need to ride the underground anywhere, but you can be sure I will, just because I can. I think I might even jump on the Bakerloo. Yes, I know, we can go. I might ride on the Bakerloo just to go to the Elephant and Wheelbarrow because I understand there's a pub there. Going to the pub has always seemed a little bit necessary. Must be the new tracks going into the mountains. Just coming out of nowhere and going nowhere at the moment. Been doing 100 kilometers an hour. Don't mind me. It's okay. It's alright. Nothing bad's going to happen, honest. Someone did mention pubs, see? I intend to go to a few pubs in the UK. I have got confirmation, by the way, I will be on the footplate for Tallyclin, which I'm quite excited about. These locomotives are a little smaller than the ones I'm used to, but they're going to be a lot of fun. Now that I can start behaving myself again. Problem, you get so used to driving this route with AFB turned on that when you turn it off you forget. I'm not going to Scotland quite. I am going to the Yorkshire Moors, in fact the North Yorkshire Moors, because I'm going to the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. And travelling on that railway gets very, very close to Scotland, but not quite. Maverick, really the only changes are the cab. So it's got a more modern cab rather than the old one. But apart from that, it's pretty much the same, I think. Not shy for power in any way. I'm just talking instead of driving. C says he's down for the pub. You're on, mate. Mark B says TransPennine is currently having upgrades. I'll be on a little bit of TransPennine. There's one place where I'll be on that. Hello Neil TV8, how are you? Neil TV8 is a fellow ambassador and he's just caught me being naughty. He's accelerated a little too early for the 80 zone. It's closer than anything else I'm going to, Mark B. It's not too bad. But that is the northernmost point that I'm getting to. Oops. Hit by a train. Dave Randall, I'd be happy to buy you a pint. You too, see. And if your wife drives you, mate, she can come and have a beer too. I assume she likes beer. Or some other drink. Bit of snow on the mountains up there. Keep climbing. Richie Rail, so yeah, someone mentioned beer and here comes Richie Rail. almost tempted to go and get one now. Just because I could. Got a very nice IPA in the fridge. Nigel says Teleclin is a fabulous railway, quite slow but lovely. I know you'll enjoy your visit. If you've ever watched the TV show Heartbeat, it was filmed in Goathland on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Make a stop there. Cool. Actually, it's North Yorkshire Moors is one of the railways that you can get off and stop, because it plenty of trains each day, which is cool. North Yorkshire Moors is actually the last railway I'm going to on my trip, because straight after that I'm going to DTG, and then the next day I fly home. Oops, I'm being naughty again. Speed throttle down. I'm looking forward to meeting you as well. See, it'll be grand. Mark says I could pop down to Whitby and have some kippers, or see if you can find Dracula. There you go. Richie would like a San Miguel. Dave said he might have to go get a beer or two for later now. Hello Mark Moss, how are you? Neil TV8, the route does look pretty good. Maybe I should just drive with AFB. It's going to do a much better job than I am. Every time I look over at the chat, I look back and I've lost 10 kilometres. It's like, what the? Nigel would like a pint of Tooheys New. I call Tooheys New goat's piss, but there you go. I much prefer a craft beer. Yes, AFB would do a much better job of this than I am. But I have learnt the hard way, don't turn on AFB when you're actually driving. Let's go up ahead and see it come past. Let's stand on the balcony over here. Train watching. Neil says it was his favourite AT route in Train Sim Classic. There's quite a bank on that corner, isn't there? It's quite steep. Ooh, bridge. Yeah, let's look at the bridge on this side. Mate, I'm just happy they're letting me in. Definitely getting into the slower part of the route now. Did I remember to turn on the headlights? I don't think I did. Did not turn on the headlights. Let's turn it down to a reading lamp as well. Dave says real ale is his choice as well. Yeah, I'm not sure how many people I'll actually see when I get to DTG. Matt's going to try and be there, and we'll see if any of the other ones I know are or not. I know Alex is going to be there, but it's a little bit hard to say. I am going in there on a Friday, and it's they do largely work from home, so we'll see who feels like coming in to say hello. Nigel says, Tooheys New or Carlton Cold, so refreshing and drinkable on a very hot day. Oh, there's so much better beer than those. So much better. You certainly have to juggle this a little bit when you're not on AFB. How are you? Be nice to me. I'd stop and let AFB do it, but, you know, I kind of like to drive. It's not that much fun when it's automated. To Chathampton, you reckon? Chatham, yes. I might actually go to Gillingham though, because Gillingham's actually closer to the DTG office than Chatham Station is. And the hotel I'm staying at's closer to Gillingham Station as well, so I'll probably dump my stuff there and then walk over to DTG. Nigel says when in Yorkshire he likes a pint of Ossett's Brewery Yorkshire Blonde. That is one of the ones I've had recommended. The other one I've had recommended is Titanic. Megasim wants me to have Titanic beer. I think he wants to know if I sink or not after I've had it. Be nice. Dave says, brave man staying in Gillingham. I'm in a hotel, mate. What could go wrong? I'm actually staying in the Heritage Dock area. Braver if I stay in Chatham. Staying at the giant travel lodge. I don't think there'll be too much of a drama. Where are we on the map? Oh, we're only just getting into the curly bits. Nigel says, when in Australia, my cousin works for Carlton, so no other choice. What's your favourite Aussie beer? I mostly drink craft beers, so there's a few. There's a local brewery that I really like, which is made down in Dramana, just down the road from here. Lorry Boys is okay, although it's gotten quite expensive recently. Brad says one thing about TSW is it improves your geographical knowledge. In about 4 or 5 countries, yes. It is slowly becoming Train Sim World though as countries get added, and I know the world in Train Sim World is not to do with the number of countries, it's to do with the fact that you can get out and walk around, but everybody assumes it means countries, so they're disappointed when it's only got 5, or is it 6 now? It might be 6 now actually, because it's, I suppose if you count UK, if you count England and Scotland as separate countries, it might even be 7. I got invited to go to the Isle of Man, but I can't really fit it in. Which is a bummer, because I would have liked to.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Yep, the next signal's red. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to an unscheduled stop here at Osgang, because we have a red signal. Should I let the people in? No, why not? Let's be generous. Anybody want to get in? No? Free ride? You want to get in? Shiny train? No? Crazy Aussie driver? No? Don't want to get in? Alright. How's our signal going? Oh, it's green now. Isn't that nice of it? Okay. Fortunately, this both the slow speed and the monitoring should clear. Just waiting for the brakes to come off when I go past that signal. 8 countries, says Dave. Very cool. UK, France, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Italy, USA and Canada. So if you count UK as England and Scotland, it's 9. Everything should clear now, maybe? Maybe? No? That's sad. Yes, still on monitoring, but the other restriction has cleared. Matt keeps telling me he wants to do an Australian route, but I think that's just because he misses Australia, because he used to live here for a while. Oh, and you said the words, let me out of monitoring. Said the words, but it hasn't released me. There we go. Nigel says, I wish they would add some Australian routes. Are there many in trains? I don't play that much, but someone was doing a Sydney City Rail for trains. I don't think it was ever finished. No, the City Rail one was not finished. There are a couple of others. There is a La Perouse tram line. There's a Queensland line. There's the Orbost line in Victoria. So yeah, there's a few in trains, but even in trains there's not a lot. In old trains, there's actually a lot more than there is in current trains. So if you run trains 2017 or 2019, I think was the last one that could play the old stuff. You could do that. Yes, Japan is coming up soon, Nigel. You are correct. So we're getting closer to Australia. Dave wants to know if we can count Cornwall as a country. Well, it depends how much you like them. We were waiting for that one to change tracks somewhere. I have a sort of free day between Llangollen in Wales and going to Manchester. It's only sort of free. And I was contemplating going to Blackpool just for the hell of it. Just to go out to the pier. And then someone said I'd probably get killed, so I didn't. Dave Randall says, I have to like them. My family was from Mousehole. Very cool. I have to confess I don't actually know where my mum's side of the family was from. I know they're UK and there's some Scottish and some English in the family. But she's kind of crazy, and every time I bother to talk to her about it, there's like 9,000 Scottish clans that she claims heritage to. And there's a lady in our family who is tracing the family tree, and she says, it's all bogus, there's only one. Nigel says the Cornish route is virtually fictional, nothing like the real route. I have 70 years knowing the route and it's absolutely awful. Fair enough. Mark says go to the Blackpool Pleasure Beach and ride the roller coasters. I used to ride roller coasters a lot, I don't really do it anymore. You know, if they had a Pacer rail tour, I'd do it. Outside the tunnel. I wanted to do an outside camera angle, and I still want to do an outside camera angle because I want to see the lights of the train, but we can't. Oh well. More power. How are we going through here anyway? We're not too far from Mosel's Lake now. So we'll finish this one and then we'll do a 4024. I've kind of talked myself into cracking open a beer after I drive this. If Horseshoe Curve was electrified, it would look like this. It's funny, I'm sure we've seen this town before. Sneaky track change. I had my flu shot today, so I'll probably end up stuck in bed all day tomorrow. Ooh, there's something big coming down the hill. So we're seeing plenty of opposing traffic. And I have another yellow signal. Yay. One. I know, I'm silly. Dave says he knows Nigel spent a lot of time down there, helped out with the redoubling line works between St Austell and Truro. That would have been fun and challenging at the same time, probably. Where's this next signal? Is it going to be red? This is the question. No, it's green. Mark was at uni at Preston, got the right seat in lectures. I could sit and watch the trains as they left the station heading north. Very nice. I have contemplated taking a ride on the Blackpool line just for the hell of it, because, you know, I could. After Long Island, I have to go into Wrexham, because I have to get the wife a shirt from the footy club, because she likes that club. And if I go, and she tells me to go and buy it at any UK sports shop, but I figured if I actually go to their shop at the ground and buy it from them, it'll have a bit more meaning for her when I give it to her. So I'll do that. And the fact that there's a pub right next door, well, you do realise there's only one thing to do there. Well, now that the editor's out, Nigel, who would like to fix St Ives Town and branch line, the branch line is quite different to reality. It's a little weird. But you could, with the editor, you could fix it. You have to use one of those hacky uncooking things, but you could. Yeah, it's the other reason why I'll probably go to the ground and get them one. They are a little bit famous though now. And I think, didn't they just change tiers? They've just changed leagues, I think. Got to write to all the other railways that I'm going to see if I can wangle my way onto footplates. I can imagine it would be annoying if you actually live on a route and you look at it and you go, it's not right. I would find that troublesome too. Promoted to League One. Cool. Which still isn't the first one, is it? That's Premier League. I prefer women's footy to men's footy, to be honest with you. Men just prance around and play keepings off and don't really get into it, and they don't play hard enough. But the women, oh, they go hard. League One is the third one. Yeah, I didn't think it was the top one. I was about to say we're almost there, but it's still 12 kilometres away by the straight bits. It's a little while to go yet. In a moment we start going downhill and I'll have to use the electric brakes. Maybe I should order one. Get it delivered to a friend of mine in Manchester. Zugbeeinflussung to you too. Stockport, huh? When we first started talking about the UK trip, it was the only reason she wanted to come was to go to Wrexham. Then she got a new job and she couldn't. Which is probably a good thing, because while she pretends, she really does hate trains. Merselslag coming up. Any second now. It's interesting that this tunnel is so slow, because it was 40 at the start there, given that it's actually straight and flat. Just ignore that red 65. It's not there. Don't worry about it. In men's soccer, I agree with you, Nigel. They do just roll around and pretend they got hurt. I saw one where a player was about to get carried off the pitch, and the umpire ended up giving a card to the other player, who hadn't actually done anything wrong. Was quite clear on the TV replay that he'd done nothing. And then once the other player got the card, the other one just jumped up and went, "Oh, right, it's all good." But women's soccer, they don't do that. They just smash each other. No officers around here, you Burke. None at all. The downhill bits are fun without AFB. If you turn on AFB, it's not really a challenge at all. The train just maintains speed. You can set it right on the speed limit, it just sits on it. It's a crowded station. Crowded train too. How many passengers have I got? About 5? That service is economical. Dave used to go to rugby a lot. We do have rugby here, but I don't follow it at all. I live in the wrong city for rugby. We have Australian rules football here, but I don't really follow that either very much. I used to. Got kind of bored of it. And I tend to watch soccer because my in-laws are Greek and they love it. It's the best thing ever. I like seeing the weights on the overhead line equipment. It's good to see details like that in there. I'd like it even more if they moved up and down when the train went past though. Try and build up some more speed for free. And then we'll run one of the scenarios from with the 4024. I think Firewatch will run. on, train. It'll slow down eventually. There it goes. Big construction area on the left there. Looks like they're tearing down the Colosseum, building log cabins. Approaching Mosselschlag. Please don't forget your things when you're getting off the train. Please make sure you take your children and service animals with you. For those of you who are servicing animals, you're kind of disgusting. This is very actually, we're in Austria. I was going to say this is very un-German because we're kind of going to get there in time, but we're in Austria. We're supposed to get there in time. Ah, slow. So close! Enjoy your lunch, Nigel. So close. So close. I must have been only just a split second off that. I was watching the signal going, something I have to do there. And then my brain went, hey, yellow box, push button. But my brain was a bit slow. Slide on into Mosselschlag. Try not to go over 45 kilometers an hour because we know what that'll do. I keep forgetting to do it, but I want to put a train on free roam and see if you can drive into the tunnel. I suspect not. I don't think you can go down there. Be a good Easter egg though, wouldn't it? There was a whole new route under the route. Ah, did it again. Come on, stand in the platform at least. No? Alright.
Zugbeeinflussung. Türfreigabe.
That went so well. So well.
Türfreigabe. Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Go on then, let's go. Brakes off. Come on. Charge him up. Yay. Oh, stop that. I was not over 25. Yes, I was. I was 26, wasn't I? Well, at least the doors will open now. It'll be fine. There we go. Done. Quiet. Let's see if we can see in the tunnel.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung.
That's as far as we can go.
Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung. Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung. Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Yeah, once you do it once, you keep doing it again.
Zwangs-
That's okay. We're here. The doors are open. There's no problems, Your Honor.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung. Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Doors closing.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Ooh, look at all that speeding. What a naughty boy. Silver. That's okay. Oh, I was going to do the scenario this time. Let's get back out of here. Choose a route. Semmeringbahn. Scenarios. Firewatch. With the 4024. Welcome to Semmering. The temperatures are soaring and a fire warning has been put in place. Go steady with your braking. We don't want any sparks. Fair enough. I've got to remember how to drive this thing now. You better hope I don't get an emergency brake on this thing because I don't remember how to reset it. Turning lights on. Instrument lights on. Doors would be that way? No, that's wipers. Oh yeah, there's a thing over here. Okay. Doors. I'm not going to turn on PZB with this because if it stops me I don't know how to get it going again. And just while it's loading passengers or unloading, I'll be right back. This isn't what you think it is. Time to go. Off we go to Wolfsburg Kogel. I'm sure there'll be some surprise in this scenario somewhere. But we have to go back the other way, so something happens. Set the emergency button to unpressed. Ooh, too fast. in the little talent monkey. Enjoy yourself, Mark B. Have a lovely night. Sleep well. I have a faint suspicion my headlights aren't on. Can't do dark mode on that one. See, no. This is where I bugger myself. Hopefully I can get out of this. Loading, loading, loading. I'm kind of curious. I wonder if you can walk up there. Where the other people go. Will the brakes release? That's the question. Yes. I was a little bit worried then. .3 kilometers to Breitenstein. If you can turn down the lights anywhere. They're a bit bright, aren't they? That one maybe? That's desk light dimmer. Is there an instrument light dimmer somewhere? Yeah, there is. That's better. I want you to turn off, not on. With lights, not paying attention, naughty. Sound happening? The lights aren't on back there. Train lights. How do I turn the train lights on? They are on. There was no lights back there. You need to turn those lights on back there somewhere. Either up here or in the cabin. I think you had to turn on the train lights in the cabin somewhere. Nice rock formations up there. Faint suspicion the station might be before that bridge, but we'll see. Maybe not. Probably get back in the train, huh? Hello, tortoise. We're running down the hill from Merschel in a 4024 on Semmeringbahn. Here's a 1116 coming the other way. It's the first time we've been here and that train hasn't been sitting in the other platform. There's a lot of people coming out of that little building, isn't there? I can't go in there. It's a spawn fight. It is a nice snow effect up on top of the mountains over there. How often would they issue a fire warning in the Austrian Alps? That's an interesting question. Is this a normal thing? lights. No. I do have them on, don't I? Yeah, I do have them on. This will be the last run for tonight because it is a little after 10 PM here. And sadly it is of course a work day tomorrow. Because you know I'd much rather be doing this. I'll run Semmeringbahn again on Sunday. I haven't put the stream up yet, but I will probably take the Vectron out for a spin because I like the Vectron. And we'll see what else we can make happen. Might do that 47 run on Sunday too, it looks like. Something at least a little bit interesting. And maybe by Sunday, because it'll be after the release, someone will have made the right livery for that 47, so we might try and pick that up from Creators Club. I'm sure someone will do it. Isn't that a bit weird? The wires go from silver to black when they go into the tunnels. That's just weird. Never noticed that before. Slowly roll down the hill. Clam shot win. Another 1116. Oh, that would add a 116 on the back as well. That's a variation we hadn't seen before. Kind of makes you wish you didn't come across it in a tunnel. Clem Shotwing. There's a fallen tree. I need to try this. I need to know. Come on. So we know that backpacks are collectibles, but I haven't seen any anywhere. But someone told me that fallen trees were a collectible, so I want to try. No, apparently not. Oh, yes they are. Ooh, We chopped it up. There's a good thing for a train driver to do. Chop up trees. Oh, there's a backpack. Look at that. You know, if you saw a backpack there, you wouldn't go picking it up, would you? C says he can't wait to find out what the Just Trains route is. Well, I'm sad to say you have to. Left doors. Alright, let's motor to Eichberg. Is that like an iceberg, but not? Go via the path to Kub. Stop at Kub. I'd love to tell you what it is, but A, I don't know, and B, I think I've leaked enough lately. I really don't want to do that again. Bit of hilly country, through rocks. Ooh. That's decidedly weird, isn't it? Let's just stay here. It's kind of cool. Does this have suspension? It does, doesn't it? Cool. I didn't know that actually released the one with suspension, but it looks like they did. We had some points or something to go over, see what it's like. Dave Randall says, leave the leaks for JD. Yes, that's a good idea. For those of you who don't know the story, I leaked LIRR2 in a video on... which one was it? I can't remember what route it was. It was the one before Fife. I actually had two leaks on that screen. One of them was Fife and the other one was LIRR2. But, yeah, people already knew about Fife, so that one didn't really matter. That made me sad because I woke up to a message from Alex going, "You've done this." It's like, oh shit. Mark's video private, but of course it had been up for about 6 hours by then, and unfortunately the community had gotten hold of it and posted screenshots of it all over the place, and they had my head on it. It's like, yep, that's a good thing to do. Just realised we can do 70 down here, and here's me crawling along at 50 something. Now we have to do 60. Oh well. Time to stop anyway. So we come into Eichberg lettuce. Like them campers weren't careful enough. Hopefully the fire won't impact the service. Fire. I see no fire. Where is fire? Where is fire? I see no fire. No fire at all. Yes, get in the train, folks. We're just going to our deaths. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Aren't you getting in? Are you too smart? Maybe you are. The path to Kub. PZB turned on this time, so I don't care about the signal so much. Now there's the fire. Come on, it's a train. Just drive through it. Let's go look. There's a tree. Hang in the way. I'll go that way. I'm sure we can go through the tunnel though. Can we go through the tunnel? Yes, we can go through the tunnel. I want to see flames. Hello, V. How are you? Don't get stuck in the roof. No flames. We can't see flames. I want to see flames. There's flames. That doesn't look like a campfire gone wrong, does it? No, that looks like a little bit more. Hey, Florian. Okay. Set the button to unpressed. Dunk. Set the master controller to 0. Set the reverser to off. Master switch to off. Oops, off, not uncouple. And got the other end. Set the train brake to hold. That's that one. Not emergency. Tweet. Set the signal lights to tail lights. Oh, it's demanding, isn't it? Head to the other end of the train to get away from the flames. Come on. I want to go through there. Thank you. This train was always a bit wonky when you run through it. Sorry, folks. Set the pantograph to raise. It was already up. Oh, is that why I've never been able to get it moving again? Because you have to actually reset the circuit breaker when you go into emergency. Ah, there you go. Who knew? Sorry folks, just heading back the way we came. It's on fire. There's a tree. Ah, tree! Let's get out of here. Any farther spelt wrong, it's further. I guess so. You guys are welcome to rewind to have a look at the other aspects. And thank you to the other new people who have just joined. Very welcome. But I will be finishing up shortly when we get to the end of this run. 40.24 kilometres. How about that? Clearly I don't drive the 4024 very much. Because it is almost 10:30 here at night time. And I do have to go to work tomorrow. Sadly. Much more fun to just sit around and play Railroader all day, wouldn't it? Or maybe even this. Now, if this was an Australian bushfire, you wouldn't be going to the next town to hide. You'd be going all the way as far as you could, because they come and find you. It's mostly pretty good. It works well, no crashes, services are good. There's a good mixture of things to do. There's a good mixture of train formations. The route itself scenically is pretty decent. We have to wait here for the obstruction to be cleared. Let's see how you did. Dun, 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 dun. The distant clouds on the mountains are nice. A few people have commented there's not enough trees, and I sort of see that. And that perhaps they're the wrong kind of trees. But apart from that, no, it's a pretty decent route. It's a good buy, I think. A good one. Anyway, I'm going to run away and I'm going to go to bed, funnily enough, because I have back at work in about 9 hours time. So I'd like a little bit of sleep before I do that. So enjoy yourselves, folks. Have fun. And we shall see you perhaps on Sunday, where I'll be streaming some more of this route. I will do the Vectron run, I will do the 47 run, and the 103, just to be different, because I think that would be fun. Because I think we've done enough of the 116 and the 4024 tonight. So, thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you've just joined, perhaps rewind back to the start. Any questions, of course, pop them into the comments, and I'll have a go at answering them. And if there's anything in particular that you want to see on Sunday, you can either pop them in the comments here or jump over onto my Discord, link on the channel page, and we'll have a chat. Alrighty, have fun, folks. See you later.